so upset about Sam taking the SATs. Do you agree or disagree with Mitch? And how do you feel about Aunt Jean's involvement? And also, I think it's smart to like have the people who usually start like, yeah. So.
Okay, I think Mitch was upset because on page 41, they talked about this agreement they had and how Sam was going to work for a Lawson construction company after high school so he can make back the money to pay his dad for all the bills or all the money he spent on Max. And then with Sam taking the SATs, it kind of showed him like breaking their promise, because if he were to go to college, it would mean that he wasn't going to work. And so I think it kind of gave Mitch the right to be very upset with him. So I kind of agree with how he acted.
At first, I kind of thought that too. Like on page 141, Mitch blames like why he's mad on the money, but I don't really think that's the real reason, because before that, like when you take these flashbacks, like there's never an issue with money. He talks about giving Sam his like nice new truck when he grows older, and it seems like they have a pretty nice house that's kept well kept. So I think it's more about like being a responsible parent, because maybe he doesn't feel like such a responsible parent after he let Max have a kid, and so I think he kind of wants to have this part of Sam's life under control. And so if Sam went to college, that would be kind of against what his dad wanted him to do, so he'd lose control.
I kind of feel like his dad was always upset with Sam. Like he always disagreed have like Sam having Max and then taking care of him, and then it kind of like SAT was like, it was just a like excuse to like tell him that like they had a deal, like getting upset again. I think it wasn't just the SAT, it was like he was upset before that too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the reason that Mitch got mad at Sam wasn't that he took the SAT, but it was because he thought since he took the SAT, that he would try to run away from his responsibilities at home, and I think Mitch would have got stuck with it. And I think I think in the big picture, Mitch does want the best for Sam, and it's just kind of like a tough love relationship. And I think in Mitch's mind, if he took the SAT, he'd run away from college, and then Mitch would be fully responsible for Max, and Sam would just would not come back, but he wouldn't be in the picture as much. And I think Mitch just wants him to, if he's going to take care of this baby, it's going to be like 100% or nothing. I think that's what triggered that.
I disagree with how Mitch has been taking the situation, because I don't know, I find the quote, especially like with Aunt Jean's involvement in the whole situation, it's on 140, Jean, you can't encourage what? A little optimism. And I think that's exactly how I feel is like going to college and taking these ACTs, like he doesn't have to necessarily leave Max behind and go to college. He can 100% stay with the plan, but having that little hint of like optimism in his life, knowing how, I guess, in lack of a better word, how like depressing Sam's life is. Like there are so few moments of like joy in this book that it's like, I think the idea of him having like a Sam-centric future, I guess, is important, and that like he's still a kid, and that he still should like, I guess, have that opportunity to, you know, expand not only like his knowledge but also like the future that he wants to live in.
I agree with that. Another quote that was like kind of from around the same time was that Mitch said, like Aunt Jean asked Sam like if he would be happy working in construction, and Mitch said being happy has nothing to do with it. And I feel like he should be, as like a father, he should want Sam to be happy in the future and like doing things that he enjoys. And he might be like scared that like if Sam goes to college, it's gonna mean that Mitch is gonna have to continue being like so much more supportive of Max during that time. But I think that in the long run, if to college and can do something like that he's good at and that he enjoys it would be better for him, like in the end.
I kind of took a different side on this question. I said like, before he had taken it, it was kind of never in the plan, just because Mitch probably thought like, Sam's so smart, like once he gets his scores back, like they're gonna want to change the plan. Like in the first chapter when it says, how he finished the test in 10 minutes, like just knowing that, like his dad probably, like he's a smart kid and like he's gonna do good in the SATs, and I just think Mitch is kind of afraid of changing the plan and like, kind of like what you said, like he doesn't want Sam to have like his future be him, like it's kind of about him.
Do you think, like, maybe like, after he got the SAT score and he was just sitting down with Mitch and maybe Aunt Jean wasn't there, or maybe she was there, maybe it wouldn't make a difference. But do you think if he tried to explain in his best ability to kind of like say, like, I didn't take the SAT to take the SAT, it was for Claire, do you think it would have changed anything about the situation?
I think Mitch would have gotten way madder. Like, he already seems to disapprove of Claire. Like when she comes over to visit, he's kind of cold towards her, and he doesn't seem to like her. And I think if Sam gave that as the reason, I'm sure Mitch would be mad. And I'm sure Aunt Jane would be like, well, why the heck did I babysit your kid and pay for you to take this test? I think he'd have both of the important adults in his life mad at him. And I think that would just like basically hurt him for the next few years. And I think just the idea that he took it for a girl, like, doesn't mesh with Mitch's plan for how Sam's supposed to like raise Max. Like Mitch has this very concrete plan that he probably spent some time on. Obviously he's gone and made this agreement with this Lawson guy that Max is gonna work for him. So he's gone to the point where he's made this agreement, and now Sam is like, I took this test for a girl. No, like
kind of like, but instead of him going to college, then it's a girl, and then the possibility of.
But it's still, he's throwing off, like, I'm screwing over like my time and my family's efforts and money because I want to spend time with this girl. And like, look what happened to him last time he started spending lots of time with a girl. He had a kid, and this other girl, Claire's already had one kid. His dad, I'm sure, is probably like, what if they have another kid? I'm sure that's probably prominent in his dad's mind, and that if Sam were to tell Mitch that I took this test to spend time with a girl, I'm sure Mitch's mind would immediately go, oh my God, he's gonna have another kid.
But I feel like Mitch would almost be happier just because it's like, well, at least it's for a girl, and like, you're not gonna change the plan.
And in Sam's like defense, he's gotten way more mature since he was with Brittany. Like in the beginning of the books, he was sitting at home watching like TV and like eating Cheetos. Like he wasn't doing anything like a normal like parent would do. And now like he's matured. Like he's taken on responsibility. So I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's matured from all this experience he's gone to. So like, yeah, in Mitch's mind, he would be like, well, it's another girl. But in Sam's defense, in his position, he was like, well, no, like I'm just happy. Like I'm just like enjoying life and not like dwelling on like the horrible things that not that happened to him, but in Mitch's mind, like what he messed up on. And like you can tell that Claire's like helped him come out of his shell a lot throughout the book. Like she's like taking him places like other than him just sitting around taking care of Max in his house.
I think that, I don't know, on a different like side of it, like I think like yes, he would be like a little relieved to hear like, oh, he isn't trying to screw up my plan, he's trying to, you know, mess with a girl. But I think that he would be like, how dare you waste your time on this girl and like waste your time on this nothing when you could be, you know, working, or you could be watching your kid, or you could be doing this other adult thing. Because to like take a test and like to spend Aunt Jean's money on taking a test just for a girl, I feel like that would just absolutely infuriate him, because it's childish, you know. Like I don't know, the whole like love plot in this book, that's like my biggest pet peeve. I hated that love part of it. I don't know.
But also kind of like what Adam was saying, like I feel like Claire was also a good thing, because between Claire and Brittany there was like a year and a half where he was just focusing on, you know, 11 months or how old that he was just focusing on Max. So I think like Claire is like him trying to focus on himself, and like I don't know.
Yeah, I personally agree with, I think that
Sam taking the SAT doesn't really, it can't really hurt him in any way. It can only benefit him because he kind of knows where he's at. So I just think it's in his best interest just to take it and not really care what Mitch thinks.
I feel like Mitch is so upset with Sam, because they had a plan, and Sam has completely changed it and not really, like, agreeing with Mitch anymore. Like, he went and took the SATs, but yet, like, taking the SATs doesn't really mean that he's gonna be, like, that his scores are gonna come out well, and that he's gonna be able to go into college. Like, there could be colleges that, accept, oh yeah, I have a kid, but, I have nothing to do with it. Or, can I have it at college, or do I have to, give it up to Mitch, and I don't think Mitch wants to take on all responsibility.
He didn't even try to listen what, like, Sam was gonna say about this either. Like, he was just too upset about it.
Kind of going back to what Abby and Shay said, I agree that, Sam's gotten a lot more mature, but I think that Mitch, like, didn't really see that because, like, we can tell that they, like, don't really talk that much and they don't have much relationship, so, like, Mitch wouldn't get, like, a really good sense of, like, how Sam is developing and, like, that he's different and can, like, make better choices for himself.
Yeah, Mitch is also not around, so you don't know how that relationship develops.
I said why Mitch is so upset because he thinks Sam needs to take responsibility for his actions, like taking the SATs means like he gets to walk away from his problem. Like he goes to college and then he gets this life, but like he made the mistake, like he didn't think about it, like he needs to learn his lesson. But like also like the second part of the question about Jean's involvement, I said she's just trying to be a mom to Sam, and like we find out that she can't have kids, and then like she's just trying to be the best she could be for Sam, and like helping him babysit him, like paying for his SAT, but like I don't think she really wants Sam to pay her back. But like I said she just wants to be a mom.
Would you say that she took on the mother role after Teresa died?
I also agree with Nasra about Aunt Jean's involvement. I feel good about it because Aunt Jean helps Sam so she knows what Sam is capable of doing, and she doesn't like settle him down. And I kind of feel like that's what Mitch is trying to do. In my opinion, I feel it's kind of like a punishment for Sam for the experience that he had of like having Max. So I don't think Mitch is really like